Today here in the dungeon, we're checking out the ACH-3 analog chorus from Tomsline Engineering. not a lot of bells and whistles on this thing. It's a chorus pedal, an inexpensive, very inexpensive chorus pedal. This is the actually the Angelo Batio signature pedal from Tomsline Engineering. There's actually a series of these. He's got 3 signature pedals, and they're all mini-sized pedals like this, which are, you can see, not much bigger than a fidget spinner. I'm obsessed with fidget spinners for some reason, by the way. They, you know, they're all the mini stomp box size. He's got this one. He has an overdrive, and I believe there's also a delay. But anyway, this is the analog chorus pedal out of that series, and as I was surprised because they're dirt cheap. I mean, these things are sold on Amazon for about, I paid like 30 bucks for this. The reason why I did it is because from my understanding, I mean, Angelo Batio really is using these. You know, it's not just some endorsement deal. He agreed to put his name on it and be seen with them a couple of times. But you know, my understanding is, you know, he really is using these pedals. You know, he's really, you know, a guitar player of that caliber. And if you don't know who he is, he's got some serious YouTube traffic on his channel. He's the guy that with the Dean endorsement, which is why I decided to break out the Razorback for this demo. But he's the Dean endorser guitar player, the guy that can play 2 necks at the same time, and not just play them, but play them well with exceptional proficiency. He is an exceptional guitar player. He can do things that no other guitar player in the world can do. For him to be using these, I thought was quite a ringing endorsement, and I was even more surprised, like I said, at the price. These are, you know, he's not a real big effects guy, to my understanding. He uses these and a couple of other things, you know, a couple of Boss pedals. These are made in China, of course. You know, when I first got it, I was not overly impressed, to be honest. You know, I had to use it and kind of learn how to dial it in. There's a couple of things about it. And number one, it feels, it's really lightweight, and compared to the Outlaw Effects Vigilante chorus that I did a video on that pedal a few months back. The Vigilante chorus is significantly heavier. This just feels a lot lighter and honestly cheaper compared to that. This has got, you know, it's got the small little mini plastic knobs on it that, you know, for some that might be a concern of them breaking off at some point. I've personally never run into a problem with that, but the depth knob there in the middle turns fairly easily. It's not the tightest feeling knob in the world. It's sufficient. 3 controls on it: volume, speed, and then the big knob in the middle is the depth. Surprisingly, all 3 controls have a very wide range on them. From the difference between on all 3 controls from all the way down to all the way up is pretty significant. And I found that you can actually use this thing if you turn the depth, you know, pretty much all the way down, turn the volume up to a desirable, you know, whatever it might be. This can actually be used as a really good clean boost if you wanted to. I bought it to use as a chorus pedal because I love chorus pedals, and I really like to use them to enhance my clean tone and the occasional solo boost. One thing they did that was very smart, you know, they put this little bar here over the middle of it, and what that's for is when you stomp on the switch, that's there to prevent your foot from accidentally moving your controls, particularly the depth knob. If you're somebody that likes your chorus to be in time with the music that you're playing, you know, one small tick of that knob can throw everything all out of whack, and that's not good. So, you know, Tomsline Engineering were smart and put that little bar in there to prevent that from happening. It, you know, it's got, you know, 4 little Allen screws that are actually on the top if you ever decide that you want to pull this thing apart. Usually these things are going to be on the bottom side underneath a rubber padding of some kind, but they put them on top on this one. Very lightweight, like I said. It runs on 9 volts, does not run on batteries. There's no battery compartment in there. And the box that it came in, I'm finding a lot of these, you know, a lot of these import pedals are all kind of starting to do this. So the box is actually pretty nice. It's got, you know, one of those magnet closer thingies on it, and it also came with Velcro, both sides of your Velcro, the you know, the side that goes on your board and the side that goes on the pedal, that will cover the entire back of the pedal too. So, you know, if you're a Velcro guy, I've gotten away from Velcro, but if you're a Velcro user on your pedal board, you don't need to cut your own. It's already pre-cut for you. It came with that. It came with, of course, the you know, accoutrement of the manuals. You know, there's a Angelo Batio signature sticker and a Tomsline Engineering sticker, a silica gel pack. I don't know why they put that in there, but they did. And then, of course, your styrofoam packing material. But You know, so I guess the biggest star of this package, you know, the stuff that came with it anyway, is probably going to be the Velcro. So, you know, so that's good thinking, especially for the price point. Not that that's an expensive thing to add in there, but, you know, nice touch. Yeah, you know, I mean, what can you say about it? You know, for 30 bucks, and that's not exact. That's brand new. That's not used, by the way. You know, if you're looking for a cheap chorus pedal, like not a lot of bells and whistles on it, and it is noisy. That's the other thing. It's an analog chorus pedal, and you probably noticed as soon as I turned it on in the demo, it does, you know, it does add some noise. So if you're running it in the effects loop like I would probably recommend a noise gate of some kind, because it's just, you know, it's going to add some noise to it. If you can get past the noise, you know, the overall chorus tone is, you know, in my opinion, I think is very usable, very passable. I did use this in another video that I did recently with when I did the Amp Tweaker Type Metal Pro. I had used this in the sidetrack effects loop of that pedal, and that pedal ran through the front, by the way, but I will reference that video down in the description below so that you can see what I'm talking about with the sidetrack effects loop. But I ran this pedal through that effects loop, and it did, you know, it almost added some distortion at times, and I never did figure out what was causing that. I ran this one through the front of an amp after another distortion pedal not long after I got it, and it kind of did the same thing. So it doesn't seem to like going through the front of my amp anyway, you know, but it seems to like effects loops a lot better. You know, it's definitely a good buy. These, you know, there's a lot of these import companies that are making, you know, affordable pedals over in China right now, and a lot of them all look about the same and all have about the same controls and features, and, you know, a lot of them are. I've seen some discussions on some of the pedal forums online whether some of these are the same brands that are repackaged under a different name, under a different brand, or the same pedals repackaged under a different brand. And in some cases that is true, but my understanding is Tomsline Engineering is one of the companies that are actually doing these are actually their own independent designs, as are the same with Outlaw Effects and Moore, I believe, are also basically their own independent designs. They're not the same pedal or the same company building the exact same pedal with a different brand slapped on it. You know, so that's really what made me want to check these out. Tomsline Engineering ACH-3 Angelo Batio Signature Analog Chorus Pedal. That is a name for a pedal about that long, but that's what it is. And there is his signature right there on the bottom, which is pretty cool, along with his picture and the double neck guitar right there on the front, which is a nice touch. He's putting his name on it. It ought to be good. If it's good enough for him, it ought to be good enough for me. Any and all applicable links down in the description below. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We certainly love new viewers here at Robert's Guitar Dungeon, and stay tuned for more cool videos about more cool gear. If you're a musician, and chances are you are a musician if you're watching a video like this, and you have broken or unwanted gear lying around, please contact my friends at Share the Music on their Facebook page. And you can learn how you and your broken and unwanted gear can help change a young person's life.